for June. And let's see, is it recording? Is it doing what I want it to do? Oh, let's do this. Sometimes it decides to work and sometimes it doesn't. This is a new computer, so I had to log in everything. So it looks like it's trying really hard here. Looks like on YouTube we're good. So let's just see about Facebook and what's happening there. Okay, good. All right, let's go live here. Okay. Well, welcome to my live stream. It is shoutouts and news you can use for June and events not to miss. And I have a whole slew of them, so I'm just going to try to get through and tell you all the things that you need to know, and then I'll repost this and repurpose it too. But let me get my notes over here. Thank you for joining. I see people are joining me. Thank you. Go ahead and feel free to comment and play along with me. I'll do my best to watch the comments as we go. But yeah, it's time for June news you can use and events not to miss and some shout outs. I have lots of wonderful shout outs to lots of wonderful new clients that we've been onboarding. A new staff member that's joined us, our bookkeeper. After 7 years, she's retiring. So now we have Becca who is joining us. Super excited about that. She's in training. And then Terry's last day is on Monday. We're going to have a big little celebration for her to send her off in her retirement days. So that's happening. And a few other events. We've got our second Thursday marketing expedition webinar that I do every month. It's live. It's free to join. And you can go to the marketingexpedition.com/webinars. And I'll throw the link in here probably after I'm done, because sometimes I can't multitask very well. But we've got, usually Michaela's here to help me, but she's in Hawaii right now. I'm not sad for her. I'm hoping she's having a wonderful time on her vacation. So anyway, we've got some other things coming up. So like I said, the second Thursday marketing expedition webinar, we're talking about generational differences in the workplace and in advertising. And so that's coming up. We're going to be sharing and having conversations about that. And it's gaining some traction. Lots of people are coming to the webinar, which I love. And it's just a nice opportunity to learn something new, to keep up to date on what's going on. And like I said, peppershock.com/events, or you can go to themarketingexpedition.com/webinars and register. It's a Zoom that you can join. And don't worry, you don't have to be on camera or anything. You can just join the webinar and listen in and make comments as you would like to. And then let's see, where did my notes go? Some other shout outs. So I love to recognize those who give us recognition in giving us Google reviews or podcast reviews, those types of things. And I always, when they screenshot it and send it to me, I'll say, okay, I'll do a shout out thanking you. And so one of our shout outs is going to go to Carter Haran, and he did a nice review on the podcast, the Marketing Expedition podcast, all about a conversation that I had with one of my guests talking about AI. And he said it was super interesting to hear how AI is going to shape this industry and how to take advantage of the benefits without overdoing it. Great to listen, great listen to get me through the morning, he said. Easy for me to say. Anyway, if you are ever wanting to give Google reviews, it's a nice thing to do. It doesn't cost anything to do them, and it's a wonderful way to support the businesses that you love and want to continue to support. So I'm going to drop a link in here. And if you give us a Google review, then I will do a shout out for you, just like I did with him. And always appreciate all of those things. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. It was wanting to tag Harvard Business Review, but that's not what I wanted. Just putting in the link here for oh, come on. Yeah, maybe I'll have to just go back and do this because I'm not being very successful. There we go. And so yeah, shout out for that. And then if you want to give us a podcast review, if you haven't already started listening to the Marketing Expedition podcast, I recommend that you do, because I get to interview people in the industry and other entrepreneurs and leaders from all over the world. And the podcast now is one of the top 5% most popular podcasts globally. And we just even moved up in ranking on Listen Notes, which is a really robust way to track our podcast. And we have been moving up the ranks, which I'm super excited about that. So would love for you to go check out the podcast. You can go to the marketingexpedition.com/podcast, or you can get it on Apple. Any of those places that you can listen to podcasts is pretty much out there. We're on Pandora, Spotify, Amazon Music, you name it, we're there, and would love for you to give us those reviews. And then if you do, screenshot it and send it to me, so that way I make sure I see it. And then I'll do a shout out for you as well. And here's the link for Apple reviews, because Apple's always like kind of dominated the space. And so if you do that, we would love to return the favor and give a shout out to you as well. And lots of good things going on there with the podcast. So yeah, take a listen to it. We're bi-weekly now. We were doing it weekly during the pandemic, but I can't keep up with every week. So would love for you to listen to us every other week. We usually drop it every Thursday morning or so. And yeah, there's people, local people, international people, national people in the industry, leadership, thought leaders, I mean, all over, that we get to interview and be a part of, which is amazing. And now that we've kind of passed that threshold, we actually are getting more sponsors. And so if you're interested in that, let me know. Always open to conversations that is wanting to support those of us who do podcasting. So then on the flip side, I am actually recording in our new podcast recording studio here in Peppershock Media. So Peppershock Podcast Recording Studio, we're calling it the Potterific Podcast Production. And if you are somebody who wants to get started on a podcast, have no idea what to do to get started, then come talk to us, because we can help. And we've helped lots of people now get their podcast going. And we're renting the podcast recording studio out for those podcasters that want to continuously use it on a regular basis. So you can talk to us now and get in while the rates are where they are at the moment, kind of the introductory rates, if you will. In recording, you can just rent it just to record the podcast. And then you can go edit and do what you want with it yourself. You can use video, and we have an owl camera, 360 owl camera. That's a find me, follow me. So anybody that's talking, if you have multiple guests, it will automatically follow them, and whoever's speaking will be highlighted and featured in the video. If you want to do a vidcast, and or just the audio is fine. If you want us to produce it from start to finish, you want us to do the music intro, you want us to help with booking guests and all those things, we can help with the Potterific Podcast Studio at Peppershock. Anyway, so hopefully that is something that might find you interesting. We have done a few clients now that have had hybrid. So we've had people in the studio and on the screen, and we use Riverside.fm to help with that. And that's what I'm actually using now and recording as well. So if that is something that you have had a desire to do and you want to help get started, then we can do that. So you can visit us at peppershock.com and just reach out to us, and we would be happy to get you going and get it syndicated, get it out there, get it submitted. We know now all the ins and outs of it. I've been doing podcasts now for probably a decade, and there's lots of things to know about it. So we can help you through that process if that's something that you would like to do. And I encourage those of you who have reached out to me and said, I'd like to start a podcast someday. Well, here's your sign. Today is your day. We have the studio, we have the gear, we have all the equipment. Now you can do it. Okay, back to my notes of shout outs here. We've got, so last night or the night before? I guess it was the night before. I got to attend the Accomplished Under 40 and the Icon Awards from the Idaho Business Review. And just wanted to give some shout outs to those that I know, and I know lots of them, but specifically Savannah Maxon and Rachel Cassell. I wrote in letters to support them and applaud them in their journey of becoming accomplished under 40. And then the Icon Awards recipients, oh my gosh, that was amazing to hear them share little words of wisdom and tell us kind of some things on who they are, what they do, and the nice little things that they had to say. So it was Carolyn Hawley, congrats to her, Dave Wagers from Idaho Candy Company. I got to serve on the By Idaho board with him for quite a while. There's some other people I don't yet know. They're just friends I haven't met yet. And then, of course, Franz Whitty from landscaping. And let's see who else we've got. Oh, yeah, Nancy Napier from the Boise State University College of Business and Economics. She helps with the executive MBA program that Drew, my husband, business partner, just finished and graduated from and got to go to Vietnam. And she helped lead that program and develop it. So she won an Icon Award, and then so did Odell England from Graber and Company hair salon, and then of course Rocky Johnson from Hump and Hannah's. And so it was really cool to see all these people. Good shout outs to them. Congratulations on their Icon Awards and being accomplished under 40. They combined both events into one. So super cool about that, and some shout outs there. And let me just check back on the comments over here. Oh, good. There's some, hi, people. Hi, friends. Nice to see you on here. Okay, so then let's keep going on my notes. So we've got a couple of shout outs to some clients that I'd love to highlight and feature, those that, pay our bills, right? And let us work for them. So Pella Windows and Doors of Wyoming and Idaho, so Pella of Wydaho, they got to be on KTVB with Melissa Paul on the morning show, and wanted to share that because it's good information and it's educational. So if you are in need of windows and door replacements and or in need of when you're just building a new house or those types of things, Pella Windows and Doors, I want you to go to them and check it out and listen to the benefit of having good, solid windows and doors. And that is, so shout out to Doug there. And then another shout out. Okay, so some of you know I teach at Boise State the National Student Advertising Competition class and then a marketing agency operations class. So this last semester, we hosted at Boise State the District 11 competitions. And of course, we got third place, and then we had best memorable moment and best social media engagement. Anyway, so the national competition was held in Salt Lake City this year. And so when we took our oldest son down to Southern Utah University to report back for football summer camp, we toured some national parks in the area. We went to the Grand Canyon North Rim. We went to Bryce Canyon, Zion National Park. And then on our way back with the camper, my dad and my younger son and my husband, after we dropped off Emerson, on the way back, we stopped off in Salt Lake, and I got to go to Ad America, which is put on by the American Advertising Federation. And they also put on the National Student Advertising Competition. And it was the 8 finalists of the entire nation. And I got to watch all of those students compete. And congratulations to UC Berkeley for taking the top spot and scholarships and all the wonderful things. The client this year was Tide, and basically explaining why cold water washing is so much better for the economy. It's cheaper. It's better for the environment, all those types of things. So, congratulations to UC Berkeley, and also shout out to the Boise Advertising Federation because they in part funded some of my trip Boise State helped pay for my registration to go. And then, of course, Peppershock paid for the rest. So shout out to Boise Ad Federation and Boise State University College of Business Marketing Department for sending me to Ad America. I learned a lot. I took lots of copious notes, and I will be planning to do a Boise Ad update and report back on the national conference, so Ad America conference, and then I'll give everyone some highlights and some updates, maybe top 10 takeaways from Ad America and the awards, the ADDie Awards, the American Advertising Federation Advertising Awards, otherwise known as ADDie Awards, and the winners from the awards that we got to go to as well. So lots to update there. And if you are in our industry, then Boise Ad Federation or the Idaho Ad Federation is all a part of the American Advertising Federation. So there you go. A couple more shout outs. I wanted to give a shout out to Susie Boyle. She does home loans, and she was able to help one of my staff buy their first home. So super excited that he was able to do that now, and Susie was able to help him through that process. So shout out to Susie Boyle. Thank you for helping Brian get into his very first home. Super happy about that. Another client shout out is we're working with Wear Ease. And Wear Ease, if you've never heard of them, they are a compression bra and post-operative undergarments that can be used after in post-operation. So go to wearease.com and check out their new lineup of what they have to offer. We're excited about getting to work with them, with Phyllis there. Another client shout out, we did a marketing audit with Interim Healthcare. So Eric Mott and Stuart, we so appreciate all of our clients that want to come to us, and Jalapenos Bar and Grill with Irma. So the best cheese sauce, queso sauce in the world is at Jalapenos Bar and Grill. We were doing a marketing audit with them to determine how best to leverage their marketing dollars. So that, another shout out to Waldo Insurance Agency. We're working through being able to do some educational training / funnel building videos and messaging that we're going to work with them. And they do self-funded health insurance plans. And it's really fascinating. And it's really growing, where companies who are over 50 employees or more, 100 employees, can do their self-funded plans. So that's really interesting. And once we get the information dialed in and we get the videos done, then I'm wanting to share that, because I think that this and what they're doing is super innovative, and companies need this because they can save them lots of money in the healthcare and benefits space. Another shout out to Ripley Dorn. They are accounting firm. We're in process of creating their new logo and branding and their website. So if you go to their website right now, you'll see the old, and then once we get it done, we'll be able to share the new. So that is happening. And I think, let's see, is that all of the notes I had? Yeah. Just upcoming things to remember. If you didn't already register for the Marketing Expedition webinar, it's every second Thursday at noon. So grab your lunch and a laptop and learn with me. And I get to cover topics that either I want to learn more about, and so I dig in and research and do, and or there's topics that I know quite a bit about that I can share with others, and I love to be able to share what I know so that others can leverage and help them in their dream and journey in continuing on. So with that said, I think that I will wrap this up, but thank you for listening. And always, if there's any topics or events or shout outs or news that we could all use that I don't know about, reach out to me, let me know, and I'm happy to shout it out and tell everyone that they need to know about it. So, but yeah, with that, a couple things just as a reminder. Podcast studio at Peppershock is now available for rent, and we can help you get your podcast launched if you're ready. We have the Peppershock studio where you can do video and audio. And so we've got the green screen, the white screen, the black wall, the the pallet wall. We can do lots of different things. We also have a new production truck that we just upgraded our production truck. So we can travel. And I usually say we can travel anywhere within a 600-mile radius in a day. Other than that, we need some per diem and all that kind of good stuff. But we can travel and we have all the gear. So lots of fun things there. And I think with that, until next time, everyone, enjoy your marketing journey.